What happened to the music, Mike? It's not too late now. We already started. Before you better go live and shit. Fuck the music down at this point, right? Welcome to A Few Perspectives. That shit fucked me all up, too. I don't know where the fuck to start. I'm J.
Yeah, I hear an echo and everything, too.
I'm JP.
I'm King Black.
What are you going to do? Restart it, Mike? You sure? We could restart it. Go ahead, Mike. Restart it. No, we restarted. We already have an issue. Boy, why it sound like I'm mad fuck?
Nah, I hear an echo for sure. There it go. Nope, still hear it.
We are having difficulties. Now he want to put his headphones on. Oh, we heard that. Oh, yeah, we here, baby. I can't talk. Man,
Do sound weird.
Chris, where you at, Chris? Little Chris. Your sub-teacher needed to be fired. No, clearly. It's been, what, for a month for you?
No. I was here 3 weeks ago. The last show before this, I wasn't here.
Nope.
I called in.
Yes. That'll make you here.
Yeah, it technically do.
And if we do this every 2 weeks, you technically been gone for a month.
Yeah.
Give or take.
This shit hard right now, bro.
We're losing weight.
Shit difficult over here. Trying to do this shit and do that shit. Still trying to be a family man. This shit is difficult right now.
Yes, sir.
But I'll be done September. I got September. It's my last full month. And then October, I'll have a lot more time. And from what I'm understanding, I'm going to be working on nights.
Okay.
So I won't be going in until 12 o'clock at night.
So October would be our 1 year.
Yeah.
October 1st.
First? It's my son's birthday.
Yeah.
So, yeah, October 5th is the day I graduate.
Oh, we're going to throw a party.
That's what somebody said. I'll do something. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, you keep going. Hello?
Oh. I hear you.
You keep going in and out. The mics keep going out.
Oh.
Chris,
hello?
We need you back. No.
Me? Oh, there you go.
In other words, put it in your... No, because even mine's is cutting out.
So, just to let y'all know, if y'all are watching, shit ain't our fault today.
No, far from it, actually. They can't hear you, Mike.
Chris is fired.
Little Chris, he fired.
Yeah, we missing, what do you like to call yourself? The Big Bad Boski.
Here we go again. Yeah.
Yeah, we missing his ass today also.
Yeah, somebody broke into his bike.
Somebody broke into his bike?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, yo, bro. Nah, I actually want to get done with this.
Just ask.
It's about this.
Oh.
And like on the other everything else we on other platforms we on.
Oh yeah, I've been I've been fucking up.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you.
All right. That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah, I've been fucking up bad.
I think the last one that's posted is like 6 or some shit like that.
Yeah. And then we missed a whole in between.
It's mad of them we got to post right now.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to post for a good little minute.
Yeah, I think we should just at some point get all together.
Yeah.
As we've been saying.
No, we had to come on one of the Fridays that we supposed to record. We should come up here and sit down, get shit taken care of, edited or whatever.
I'm about to pay somebody to do that shit.
Or you can do that.
$3 an episode. All you gotta do is re-listen to it.
Yeah.
And put a description.
I mean, that's not that hard.
Yeah, we're gonna hire Jackie to do it. I don't even think she's on.
She not on yet. She probably the reason why Chris is missing.
Oh yeah, you ain't going nowhere today.
I ain't gonna let y'all do that.
Yo,
what's going on with you though, bro?
I've been working like a dog, and not really like a dog. Honestly, I only work like 5 days a week, sometimes 6. But
You get to make your own schedule. Ain't nothing better than that.
no, I do, bro. I was gonna get on. I don't brag a lot, but I had this post that I wanted to post on Facebook, but I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm not a bragging person, so I still want to post it, but then I really don't. Like, I shouldn't. Not that I really don't.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with posting your accomplishments.
Nah, that was gonna be on some what's that word I'm looking for? Fuck, I had the word in my mind. It was me bragging, basic. Long story short.
Well, like I said,
to like the
ain't nothing wrong with you being happy about your accomplishments. Like you're accomplishing something right now. There's nothing wrong with you. You done started your own shit. Who wouldn't be happy about that? Who wouldn't be wanting to brag about that? That's something to brag about. This is like people bragging about, their kids. Like who wouldn't want to celebrate that?
Yeah, I just think once I do that, I open myself up for
criticism.
Not only that, not that I give a fuck about criticism. I love people that criticize. I love it, honestly, because whatever you think I'm doing wrong, and if I am doing it wrong, I'm just going to learn from that. I appreciate you for teaching me what I'm doing wrong.
Right.
I just don't want nobody, what is it? What the fuck am I thinking of? Counting my pockets.
Well, you don't tell them how much you making, bro.
I mean,
you just tell them.
Well, that's what I'm saying, that my post was going to open. We was gonna have a central part 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And for people who don't know what central part 2 is, it's basically people posting their paychecks that fucked all our hours up.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say no names, Jamal, but
Brian.
honestly, it wasn't even him.
It was him.
Nah, it was my post. He didn't post his paycheck. It was somebody else.
Either way, it don't matter. He got fired anyway.
Yeah. I don't want to say his name because the guy is good. You know what I'm saying? His Jamar brother.
Yeah. That was just a stupid thing all the way around. That was just mad childish to try to, like, what y'all comparing shit for? Then, like, that was just dumb.
And
I never
make it worse.
He
He didn't even have it up there for long. It's a chick from Carla Bus that no longer works there, peeped it, took a screenshot, gave it to her boss. Yeah, bro, I followed the whole trail. She got mad. She seen it on somebody's page. Went back, told higher up.
She one of us or she one of them?
One of us.
Okay.
So she was cool, bro. When I don't know her name, but she was the big girl that used to work there.
All one.
Yeah. So
she ain't one of us then.
I mean, she had all of us on Facebook, or not, all of it but me.
Nah, she wasn't one of us. She was one of them all the way.
Yeah. But then she got fired right after, so it was pointless.
Okay, but I don't know what it is.
Oh, so he need to get fired. Yo, so I know you more into it than I am. Can you give me a rundown on the justice we got for Breonna Taylor and what's the young man's name that was just walking into
I mean, it all depends on what you consider justice, bro. I mean, it's like shut up justice.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like not shut up. I guess you can say shut up, but it's like I want them to stop talking about it type shit. Although these people were involved and all that, why did it take this long?
What, 2 years, right?
Why did it take this long? Well, everybody knew. Well, you already knew. Like they all the information that we're getting right now, they've been had.
Right.
They already knew that they were never supposed to hit that house. They already knew that it was a false arrest for her. You know what I mean? False arrest for or just warrant on her home. Period. right?
Okay.
All that shit was just they already knew that. So the people that covered shit up, like that woman that covered up the other involvement of that other cop, they already knew that. Why did it take you this long to do this? You knew that. They knew that like before they even buried Breonna Taylor. You know what I mean? They knew all that then.
Okay.
But it took you this long because of the outcry. So now it's like, oh, I gotta give the people something now. Cause too many people complaining. There's too many people complaining. It went too high up, and then it went from the city was never gonna do anything about it,
Right.
ever. But once the FBI get involved, now the FBI has to do something to a degree because they're them too. Yeah, they're them too. So it gotta look like they doing something.
Right. So should you think? Do you think that that's the kind of pressure we should be given? So instead of looking at our city cops, go directly above them to the FBI.
Well,
for certain cases.
In context, we all know, or we should all know, every police officer isn't bad.
Correct.
Right? Just like every person isn't bad. And what happens is that one bad person or bad police officer speaks louder than the good ones.
Correct.
You understand? The good ones do good every day. You only got to do bad one time for you to speak loud. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, like with the bad police officers, like we're seeing so much of the bad police officers because that's all that they're putting on.
Right.
Right. And I'm not saying that police officers are not doing bad shit. What I'm saying is when the media is constantly posting a cop killed this person, a cop shot this person, a cop did this, and although they're wrong, that's all we're seeing. Mm-hmm. Right? Is cops that wake up every morning, save lives, do this, whatever, we're not helping people, like, and you don't see those stories much.
Right.
You see them every once in a blue moon. So now you're painting this picture.
All
people are seeing is that, you know, cops are bad, cops are bad, cops are bad. So when it comes to that, and then you do have the blue wall. Now that shit's starting to crumble a little bit. It's definitely starting to crumble a little bit.
What do you mean by blue wall?
So the blue wall is basically this quiet, like, protection for police officers for years up until recent years. What police officer do you know that did some shit that went to jail for it?
None.
You know what I mean? Like, what police officer, like, what story you heard of? Because you heard more stories than Trayvon Martin's and, Mike Brown's. You heard more stories than this.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Right? You heard, it was people before them, right?
Yeah.
How many of them went to jail?
None.
Almost none of them, right? Blue wall. They were protected. The only thing they would do is fire them. Now they either fire them or let them resign. They resign, they get to go be a cop somewhere else. Some people got a record as long as you can see, right? But they get, once they leave this police department, they go to another one, or they walk away with their pension and all that, whatever, whatnot. So they're good either way.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They get to cover up their record for some shit that they did, long as they basically say, oh, this officer stepped down or was forced to resign or whatever it may be, instead of firing it, sending this person to jail.
Okay.
They can't. At that time, it looked like, so with all the training the police officers do, which is not a lot of training. I'm going through it myself. 6 months is not a lot to have. 6 months is not a lot of training to have the authority that
they're giving you.
I will have by October. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's more than we go through. Since I've been in there, we have had a test every week, right? But simple shit, anybody can do it. You read in the book, you get a test at the end of it, right? You gotta remember this shit and apply it. Now, you constantly reading these things. You constantly gotta be up on your laws. You constantly gotta be up on your penal laws, your vehicle laws. You gotta know a lot of this shit. And you'll be amazed how many. It's over like 2,000-3,000 pages and laws and shit that you kind of gotta. But some of them we don't even use. Like, the main ones, like larceny, theft, robbery, shit like that, those gonna come easy because those are the things that happen the most. You know, murder, first, second, third, all those things happen, rape and all that. You know, all those things are gonna be the ones that you're gonna know firsthand because you're gonna deal with those all the time. Okay. But there's a lot of them in the book that it's not even, you don't even
utilize them.
Yeah, like as an officer. So, where was I going with that?
You see this? I wish I would have seen his face.
But now, so what was I saying? What was I talking about?
Unnecessary laws.
Oh, okay. Now, I won't necessarily say they're unnecessary. What I'm saying is the book is so big and so vast. Most of the officers don't even know half of the shit that's in the book. You got to think about it. You got a book that's this big. You got 6 months to learn
half of it.
You're supposed to know most of it. Think about it. I got power to send you to jail. I have power to take your freedom away from you. We could walk away from here. I can go to work. While I'm at work, I have power to take someone's freedom. I got power to take you away from going home, right?
Right.
And if the stars line up the way I would need them to, which all I got to do is make my case sound good. I just got to write it to make it sound good for the most part.
Right.
And then hopefully the evidence fit, right? Mm-hmm. If I can do all that, all those stars align, I can put you away for however long. However long I can get, I can get to my reasoning to sound, I'm going to say. Because my report is going to say everything that you did, right? You came in, my report is going to say on this day, this person did this, that, and the third. This is why I'm charging him with this. And with this charge, he should get up to this amount of years, right? The DA is going to take a look at it and all that, whatever, whatnot, and they're either going to up your charge or lower it, one or the other. It's never going to be in the same. They're either going to say, you know what, you charge him too low. I'm going to give him more. Or you charge him too high, and I'm going to bring it down, one or the other. Or you don't have enough evidence to charge him at all. The only two things that happen.
Now, what's the chance? What is the percentage rate that actually happens?
What?
Where, say you write me up and the DA like, nah, you don't got enough here. Let him go.
The percentage rate is dependent on the police officer and how much that person actually has. So false. What is the name of that podcast? Wrongfully conviction. Wrongful convictions are a lot more. They happen way more than you can possibly think.
Okay.
Right. So you get some officers in the past, I'm gonna say, that just got a good name for themselves. They made a lot of arrests, stuff like that, whatever, whatnot. And because it used to be looked upon to really question what certain officers were doing, how they were doing stuff, and then this was a good officer, right? They're not gonna really check the work of this officer, of this said officer, until these lawyers that works with the wrongful conviction podcast. To these, I forget the name of the group exactly, but they have been getting a lot of people exonerated and free from jail, from like a lot of the bullshit that cops were doing. Like for instance, I can one that pop off in my head right away. It was this woman that had got stopped on a bridge, right? Now this cop had ended up, I think the cop had ended up killing the woman or something like that. He ended up killing her, and I don't know why. She was an African American woman. This was a white cop, and he ended up killing her or whatever, whatnot. And the next person that came across the bridge did 25 years for that. Because he made the shit line up the way he needed it to. It's all about my word against yours,
right?
And how I can make the paperwork look. If I got the evidence to everything, right?
She actually did make it.
She did. If I got the evidence, right? If I have the weapon, and I'm an authority figure. I have the weapon. I have all the evidence that I can possibly need.
Okay.
And I have DAs, lawyers, and stuff in my pocket, right? If I got all of that, and you're just a passerby, but I need to stick this on somebody, I need to take it off of me, I can do that.
Yeah, but how did he let
past tense? I can that now. Shit is a lot different.
Yeah,
now.
but how did he get away with it?
He did it. Well,
Wish.
for 25 years he did. He got away with it because nobody checked his work until 25 years later, when this person kept saying I ain't do it. Now you get these lawyers that's like, all right, I'm gonna check your case. Then you start looking at the case and it's like, okay, you said that was red, it's not red, it's white. Right? And then now okay, I'm gonna go a little further. So now they start checking it and see that the times don't match and see that he was never fingerprinted, or this person had never had the correct autopsy, all this type shit, right? And now you gotta dig the body back up. You gotta do all this other extra stuff, and then once you go through all of that, you realize, okay, somebody just lied.
So did he get put in jail?
Yeah.
And then the person that served that 25.
No. The person that served the 25, right? So this guy they went back and checked all his cases, right? So a lot of his cases, he kept doing that to a lot of people. So a lot of people got off of shit. But this one guy that did 25 years, once they came to him, they offered him this thing called, I forget the fucking name of it, but so they don't have to pay him all the years that he done spent. Mm-hmm. They told him, listen, you can either stay in here for more time, or I can let you out right now, but you have to sign this paper saying that you can't sue me. So you did 25 years of your life. 25 years of your life is gone.
But you can't sue.
But you can't get no money for us wrongfully convicting. So and this shit still says, I didn't commit the murder, but I did do a crime. That's the shit that he got. That's what he had to sign to get out. Either that, or he can stay in a little longer, which could have took up another year or two, just for him to be, set free and get all the money that he needed. Or you can get out today. You just sign this paper that says
you still got a fucked up criminal background.
You do, but you don't have a murder on your background. It just say I did something. Nah. It don't say what it say. It don't say exactly what he did. It just I did something, and I did 25 years for it. So it's like, and then you don't get paid for it, because it's been a lot of people that have gotten out, and then they sued the city ended up paying them, even though that take about 2-3 years. But that happens. But certain people, they get like that. Like, yo, I'll let you out right now today. Just sign this paper saying that you can't sue me, and you're not agreeing to whatever the original charge was, but you're agreeing to something.
Right.
That's how a lot of the cities do, so they don't have to pay.
Now, I would have stood there.
Would you stood there for another 2 years?
Yeah. And those 2 years.
After doing 25 years.
Yeah.
Bro, you did 25 years.
I get what you're saying.
I'm just telling you the mindset of some people. I'm dead ass. Bro, think about it. I did 25 years for some shit I didn't do. I've been locked in this motherfucker for 25 years, and they tell me I can get out right now. I can get out right now.
But with a fucked up background.
Your background going to be fucked up anyway. You did 25 years. What's not fucked up about that?
Yeah, but when you sue the city, you can sue you can put all that shit in the clause.
Yeah, but
in those 2 years,
But money's not gonna fix your mental. Money's not gonna fix 25 years of your life gone, bro. You're right. Think about where you was at 25 years ago, and think about if you did that behind bars right now. You'll be 30 something right now. 25 years ago, you'll be 30 something right now, and then think about all the knowledge that you didn't gain.
True.
You wouldn't know nothing about a phone, a computer. You probably wouldn't even know how to ride a fucking bike. Like, only thing you know how to do is color.
And use rodeo phones.
That 25 years ago, bro. What the fuck? 25 years ago, like, come here, like, and right now, and just to get out, like, some people just want to smell the air, bro. They just want to be out. They not even think about all the other shit. They ain't think about where they're gonna eat. They had to eat jail food for 25 years.
True.
They don't give a fuck about
that.
They
eat good though.
Think so?
Man, I watch videos of their Thanksgiving and Christmas. They eat better than we do.
Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Roasting chickens and shit over trash cans. They eat good.
I mean, my argument about this whole thing, man, is just all about perception. Like I said, like you got just Naomi here. So you got good bus drivers, you got bad ones. Whoa. The bad ones are gonna speak louder than the good ones.
You chose her.
Well, I'm saying that because I'm just see I'm just saying, but the bad for whatever reason, bad speaks louder than good. Just like it never fails.
But now my question is, should you, being in the position you in, going through what you're going through, should you really be telling us this like right now?
Why not? I mean, like, if I don't educate you, how you know?
Should you? Yeah, but just being in the position, you not afraid of, somebody looking at you like, hey, nigga, why are you saying this right now?
I got into this for myself and my people. I didn't get into this for no other reason than that. Okay. I got into this to educate. If I educate, then if I can educate myself, I can educate others, right? And that can prevent some shit from happening. Right. It ain't gonna prevent everything, but it's gonna stop some shit from happening. If I know a law and I can tell you like, listen, this is the law. If you fuck around and do this, this is what's gonna happen to you. You still do it, and you stupid. At this point, I gave you, it's like I gave you the gun. So if I'm giving you the information of what they're gonna do and what they're looking for, and you still go do it,
who you blaming?
Exactly.
Yeah, respect. I can't do nothing but respect that. So
that, and also like it's changing the narrative. Like I said, all of them are not bad. It's a great job if you, depending on how you think about it. A lot of people are afraid of it because they're afraid of the public. Fuck the public. I don't care about that. I'm feeding my family, and I'm trying to also protect the public to a degree. But I can't protect everybody. But mine, like I said, I'm for the people and I'm for myself. Protection and education.
So I got a question, bro. I went to Mugshots, right? It was me and a couple buddies, and I met. I'm an outgoing person. I talk to everybody at the fucking bar. I don't give a fuck who you are. Ran into this group of friends. They were like couples, like four or five couples. Everybody introduced themselves except for one white dude. So I go, yo, you don't speak? He goes, yeah, I speak. I'm like, hi. I'm like, let me guess, you a cop? What did he say? He goes, you a cop? I go, you a cop? He goes, no, I'm in training. I'm like, oh, I can see where this is going. And everyone starts laughing because everyone knew what I was talking about. His girl got up. I went back to the bar. She came. He goes, yeah, he's just a new cop. He doesn't know how to handle the public. Well, he in the wrong fucking profession. Mm-hmm. So I go back over there. I'm like, hey, man, what make you want to be a cop? He goes, oh, my dad was in a force, XYZ. He's actually downtown. I go, okay, cool. How training doing and everything? Trying to lighten the mood up for his ass. Bought him a drink. He turned it down, being a good cop. Apparently, I don't know who the fuck they were doing it. But anyways, I go, so what's the worst side of town? He goes, the south side, man. We trained at the south side is the worst. I'm like, because they're black? And then he looked at me and didn't answer. I'm like, yeah, go figure. And I walked off. Is that what they train you?
I mean, you're going to be realistic, yeah. But is it not?
The worst?
I wouldn't say the worst.
That's what
all right, so when you look at the calls that come through, right? When you look at the calls and you look at the things that happen, they're going to go off of where they're called to the most.
Okay.
And it's 4 hot spots. The lower side of the north side, west side, down the way. So you got down the way is the whole area between downtown, South Ave, Salina, back around to the bricks. That whole little circle there. I mean, you can spread that circle out a little more because you can take that circle and take it up to SU. There's a lot of shit is happening up there. But then SU is split. It's split between the bricks and the Pioneer Homes and the east side. So they're meeting together and they're doing shit and then they're going back elsewhere. Then you got, once you hit about Valentine, shit start to stop happening. A lot of, it ain't so much stuff happening. But anywhere in that circle between Salina, Ballantyne, Midland, go back around the South Ave, all the way back down to downtown. Then you hit the north side. So it's a real big-ass circle of shit that's happening. And when you look at it, who lives there majority? Like a lot of the minorities.
Okay, so when they say South Side, that's what they're doing. They're giving basically the South Side got a broader parameter, so to speak.
I would call it city. I wouldn't even say South Side. A lot of them don't. I don't even think a lot of them really separate South Side, West Side. I don't think they separated that much. I mean, you're a lot of officers are assigned to a certain area, so each area has a number. So they're assigned to a certain number, and that number is in. Like we split it up as North Side, South Side,
right.
East Side, whatever. That's how we split it up because it's how we came up. But they split it up by a number.
The number is zone.
Number is the zone.
Okay.
Or whatever. One of the number is the zone, and I heard that all in here.
Yeah.
My fault.
But yeah, it's split up by the zone or whatever, whatnot, and he's more than likely training in that area right now.
Okay.
And they're getting a lot of calls in there, like. Depending on the night, you're going to get a bunch of calls for people breaking into cars. That'll happen downtown, right? You'll get a bunch of fights. That's gonna happen mostly South Side, mostly like I said, that area of Midland, all that, whatever, whatnot. Not so the fights and the shootings is gonna happen over there. But you can also, depending on the way the moon hit, shooting is gonna happen on the west side.
Right.
Robberies and car break-ins and stuff like that. It's gonna happen on the north side. Like a lot, they kind of know it's kind of routine. The same shit happens in the same areas all the time.
Damn.
That's serious. Same shit. And then SU, bike larcenies. Once in a while, you're gonna get some suicides, unfortunately. And then you'll end up getting like
pedal bikes.
No, people, they come up there to snap people locks off their bikes and take the fuck off.
Yeah, like pedal bikes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That, laptops.
Sounds about right. That's what I used to do.
So it's a lot of larcenies up there.
I'm keeping it above. I needed a bike. I knew exactly where the fuck to go to.
Yeah, it's a lot of larcenies. A lot of larcenies. That's the most that they deal with up there. Is larcenies. Every so often you'll run into some party and a girl getting feeling away or whatever, when not something happening inappropriate or whatever, not you run into that. Aside from that, like larcenies.
Wow.
And it's always the kids though. It's like kids, and the crazy part about that is you can't do shit. You cannot arrest a kid. The only time you can't do shit to anybody that's 17 and under. There's nothing you can do. Literally nothing you can do but take them back to their parent, unless they commit a murder. They can do everything else but murder somebody. Everything else, they go back to their parent.
And that's if you can find them.
If you can catch them.
No, I meant their parents.
Yeah, right. If they tell you the truth about who their parents are and where their parents are. Because especially like I was telling y'all the last time I was here, like there really is no arresting anyone anymore. Who that?
Oh, Jackie.
She's asking about Bub.
Oh, Bub, his bike got broken into.
Oh.
He had to tell his business.
His bike got broken into. He said that earlier, and I just let it go. Let him have it.
You can't break into a bike.
Oh, you can steal a motherfucker.
Exactly.
Well, that's why I said it's a joke.
And if you break into it, what are you going to take?
The battery. His headlights. Naomi, what's up, girl? You going to get in?
Oh, you just here to watch? How you been? What you been up to? Working? Yeah, I used to work there.
Sana got done and over with.
You said I used to work there?
Oh, yeah. I don't work there that much no more.
You look tired. What's up?
Just caught that.
You was working today? Oh, I don't know.
Yo, that's mad dumb. But
I ain't know. I ain't dumb. I'm gonna be honest with you. I used to wear my shit just to wear.
I just mentioned her uniform.
I used to wear.
She's just gonna throw that shit on.
Hey, she ain't like me. She don't fix cars and shit in her uniform like I do.
She's gonna get up and say, "I'm gonna just wear Central today."
Crazy, my day off, and all because I didn't want to find clothes. I threw on the fucking Central shit.
Fuck no, when I got off of Central, I shot that shit as far away as I could.
Exactly. I don't know how. I don't give a fuck if I can't find clothes. I'm not gonna put on a fucking Central.
I just threw a shirt.
Speaking of that, your son, is he still pursuing? I know he passed
at Central.
Yeah, I know he passed. Oh, he gonna be watching when he come through.
Your son's a police officer. Congrats, my boy.
He passed his physical and all that. What's up?
Is this the same boy that crashed your car?
You telling everybody business today. What's good, man?
I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
You just telling everybody business today. What's going on, JP? What's
Jesus Christ, cuz.
What's good?
He ain't never crashed your car. Let me do it.
Yeah, I'm glad I ain't got shit. I hope I ain't got shit for you to say.
Right.
I don't know, Mike. You fucked up all this.
Damn.
From 7:30 to 8:30. He was fucking up
because y'all wasn't even here yet. So
I was here.
Go there. Yeah, I wasn't even here yet.
I got here at like 7:30.
Bullshit.
I'm at 8:30. I'm at 8:39.
I got here after 7:30.
I said 8:39. I meant to say my bad. I was definitely late.
I said, y'all not gonna throw this shit on me like that. I mean, God damn. I might have missed the intro music, but y'all.
Yo, he missed the whole shit. What? We live?
Right.
I see the,
Like,
I see
no,
the
like,
countdown.
oh, wait.
and he's
Hey, you saw the-
shit.
Ain't nobody start singing or nothing.
So you saw the countdown. So
I did, but usually our music come on. Like,
I'm looking at the countdown. I see him. I'm muting
fuck
shit
us
and
all
pointing
up.
at me.
Then we was echoing and shit. What the fuck is going on? But nah, though, he bought the so he's yeah.
What's his?
He gonna learn quickly on whether he really want to do this shit or not. Yeah, I said that
Oh, that's
too.
what's up.
I said that too, and he's gonna know for real. It's one thing to huh? Listen, I hear what you're saying.
Wait, why
But
did
what
he
I'm
put
saying
hangers
is-
on the wall? Oh, hangers in his drawers. Oh, okay.
What I'm,
Well, how big was the hanger? I mean, because
how
if
big
it
was
was two,
his
that means
drawers?
they were metal ones. Like, how did he fit the metal?
Like,
they weren't
now fuck
plastic.
the hanger. How big was his drawers? Goddamn.
damn, he know how to make a paper gun.
Even I did that.
Yeah, exactly. That
Fuck
ain't
that.
hard.
Nah, that hanger was metal. Shit, it was the closest thing to the real.
Or shit, at least use a squirt gun. Use, you know what I mean? Something like,
Or a toy.
yeah.
Yo. But nah, what I mean is he's gonna just have to decide like real quick whether there's some shit he really want to do. And I know you said he been saying it, like I did too for a long time. And once again, I was confronted with do I really want to do this shit? It's like one of those kind of things, like because mentally you gotta stay there. You can't just be like, oh, you know how people just assume how something's gonna be, and you know it's gonna be like this, it's gonna be cool, I can't wait, blah blah blah. I was that way. Then soon that day one, you gotta start, and a motherfucker yelling at you, and then he's screaming on you, and you like, I'm a grown ass man. Who the fuck is you talking to?
You gotta check it. Fuck
I had
you
to check
talking
a few
to?
times. I had to like, who is this nigga talking to? But then you know what I mean. You gotta humble yourself because everything that's going on, they're teaching you something. And then that's the other thing that I was gonna hit on when you was talking about the cop at the bar. So the teaching is it's so hard for a police officer to not look at a person a specific way once you learn any police officer, right? Mm-hmm. A police officer is not called for anything good.
True.
You're not going to a good call.
Right.
You know what I mean? So everything you go to, you're on edge. Mm-hmm. The worst thing you can do is a traffic stop. That's the worst thing you can do. It's too much shit going on.
Right, and you don't know what-
hands so low, they low in the car. A person could have their gun on. It's so much shit that can happen in that one call. Right. That's the scariest shit you can come to as a
police
officer.
Yeah.
Right. People already don't like you because you're a cop. They're already assuming that you come in with negative intentions, which you are to a degree. It's not negative intentions, but if you broke the law, I caught you breaking the law, I had to stop. That's my job.
Right.
I gotta tell you, listen, you did this. This is why I'm doing this because you did this, right? Nobody likes to be wrong. So you got so many negatives coming at you, right? So the training is you kind of always gotta be ready, right? You always gotta be ready. So you kind of always, not really, I won't say on edge, but that one day that you're slacking could be your last day.
Right.
You know, that one day that you're not looking at everything. I'm talking about people's stances, their eye contact, anything. You got to look at everything means something. You know what I mean? If a person is they looking off to the side, all that shit means something. The way somebody is standing, all it means something. The way their hands are. It was a video we just got finished watching. These cops got out the car, and this cops he was just very lax, chilling. Right? He let the dude get out the passenger seat on passenger side. He came around the car. He just had his hands on his pocket. First thing you're supposed to do is tell a person, get your hands out your pocket. You need to be able to see what's going on. I need to see what's in your hands. And if you got something in your hands, you got to get out your hands. Right? But I need to see all of this. He just let him keep his hand in his pocket, and he didn't say nothing to him. Next thing you know, dude pulled out a little 22, shot him right in the head.
Oh.
Point blank. Shot him right in the head, killed him. Because he never told this dude, let me see your hand. He didn't even think about it like, I'm assuming the cop didn't think about it like this was a threat. They pulled him over for something minor, probably like a taillight or some shit like that. He wasn't thinking like, but the person in the car, you don't know what you're going through.
His intentions were.
Right, but you don't know. This person could have had a felony, anything. I run his name, I got to take him to jail now. That's what this person thinking about. The cop wasn't thinking about none of that. and he lost his life.
Why you?
Might poop back on YouTube. So
I'm just wondering why she raised her hand.
Yeah, I was too. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was gonna wait till I tell you.
Now my question is.
Don't forget your question.
Go ahead.
We can't hear you. You gotta go on the mic.
So when they do a traffic stop, why do the cop always put their hand on the back of the trunk of the car?
No, it's not the trunk. It's the tail light. So in case you decide, I mean, I can answer that.
One is
Correct
to
me
see
if
if,
I'm wrong.
one is to see if the car is running. That's one. Just make sure to see if the car is running. If some people turn their cars off. I mean, you can obviously see, but it's more of a daytime thing that you will see a lot of cops do that. Just because you can't, unless the exhaust is blowing out, you can't really see. So you touch it, see if it's running, and then you leave your fingerprint on it.
So in case you decide to run,
Oh, well, what does your fingerprint have?
they can track your car, and once they pull you over, then the cop, if he's the last one on there, your fingerprints are on the tail light.
His fingerprints.
His fingerprint.
Oh, the
cop.
police
The
officer.
cop's fingerprint.
Fingerprint is on it.
I don't understand the fingerprint.
He just explained.
I didn't get that all the way either, but that's why.
If the person speed off,
It's not only that. Say the cop coming behind you and you put that bitch in reverse and run his ass over.
I mean, but yeah, I mean,
You change.
him on the ground with his fingerprints on the car.
yeah,
You
but
change
to
the
me,
you
it-
change the
Okay.
license plate.
to me, it's almost common sense. Like, even if you do pull off, he got the plate or whatever. This person can try to lie and say, well, "I ain't never get pulled over. A cop ain't never stopped me."
Or just
Okay,
change the
then
license plate.
How his fingerprint get on that car? See what I'm saying? Obviously, he was near you. He was around.
And if you notice, a cop is going to touch a specific part of the car.
yeah,
He's only going to touch a specific part of the car, which is whatever the side of the car that he's approaching on. He's going to touch that side of the car. So,
I mean,
like,
a lot of
when they
that
do
is-
the if something was to happen, God forbid, when they do the investigation, they're gonna know.
self-explanatory. Now, my question was the tension. You saying a cop is already on the edge, or
I won't say on the edge, but he
it's
does have
gonna
to be ready.
But they don't look at, especially in black neighborhoods, when cops show up, we already on the edge. We already tension because we already know, even if it is let's just say it's a minor situation. As a black male, we already know, okay, once a cop shows up, this shit about to turn left quick.
Well,
Because-
you don't know that. That's an assumption.
But 9 times out of 10, that's normally what happens.
Is it?
Yeah.
I just think it's all.
So, like I said,
and I'm only saying it from experience because, like I said, I've been the victim in a lot of cases, but the cop looked at me as I was the aggressor because I'm a big black man.
right. I mean,
You don't-
everything is
instead
unique.
of asking questions, you automatically look at me because of my size. Oh, nah, that's the instigator right there.
But see, everything is unique to the situation. And I would ask you, just like I would tell a cop on the other end, don't be tainted towards the situation.
But it happens. That's what I mean.
Yeah, but being tainted is staying in that mind frame. It has happened to you, right? Probably a few times, right? Now,
See, but it's different.
could it
You
have
grew up
been?
in that
But
environment.
hold on. Could it have been that you have been approached by a few bad apples? Could that have been?
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, those cops could have too, and they could have. They were tainted coming your way.
But I never look at each cop as that same one. I try and look at them all as individuals.
I don't know, Mike. The sentence you just used
I don't look at them.
sounds very.
I don't look at them all the same. Do I keep it in the back of my mind and prepare myself? Yes.
Right, but when you explain,
I
when you just
don't-
explained the situation to me, it sounded as if you
No,
have
I'm-
a
no,
view.
I'm talking
on
from
cops. Period.
The way they come at me, they automatically look at me like, okay, I'm the trouble, I'm the case. Like they get out the car sizing me up, like I'm getting ready to do something. When it's not even the case.
Well, see, I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth. I got out of the car. I see you. I'm gonna size you up as well. And my reasoning,
you
though,
ain't
explain
small,
my
man.
reasoning. I'm gonna no listen.
Big nigga, I gotta figure out how
But
much. But
that's
this
the
nigga,
thing.
if he
But-
gets
but-
aggressive,
so
I'm gonna tackle this nigga.
Exactly, but that's the
See,
thing.
but I do the same thing. All right, this
As
nigga
you
got his
should, as you
gun,
should.
But you know what? I know I probably can knock him out with a good solid hit.
But see,
So
that's
I'm
the thing.
thinking
My
the same
thing is,
shit.
I'm approaching the scene. You gotta find the threats. What's the threat? Am I gonna look at the 5'2" woman that's
Yeah, but how you
she
gonna
could be a threat
automatically
too,
look at
but
me
I got a
as the
6
threat?
foot something 200 and something motherfucker that's standing right here, and he already yelling when I approach the scene. So I'm like, all right.
He in a Honda.
But what if he not yelling? We said Honda.
I mean, but
how you know I had a Honda back then? No.
But no, that would go into my thought process too. If I'm approaching this, it all goes on demeanor and how you. If a cop approaches the scene and the cop is calm, collected, and he approaches the person with respect, I'm assuming you're going to get respect. Everybody's not like that. Some people just spaz out just because a cop comes. A cop can be as calm as day, and they're gonna come, and then the person gonna be like, "The fuck is you doing here?" Blah blah blah, and that's gonna take the cop to another level.
But normally that's black situations because 9 times out of 10,
that's the only. I understand what you're saying.
We know once a cop come, nothing's good is going to come.
That's
out
not
of that.
100% true though, Mike.
But
you got to think about the
10,
stuff that we see, right?
I got a
people, and a lot of people. How many people are explaining when most people talk about cops? How many people are explaining the good situations that they have with cops? They're only going to explain the bad ones.
Nah, I do. I talk about my good and bad.
Yeah, but your first story has been about a bad situation that happened with a cop.
Even good situations that turn bad because of a cop. Like I said, when cops look at me, they're automatically thinking, okay, this is the bad guy. So the one who caused the issue, you going over to them first. Like, I was the one that was in the wrong. Like, now I'm like, hold the fuck up, nigga. I called you, not them.
But see, I can only go by the teachings now. How the fuck you
asking them questions? I called you.
I can only go by the teachings now.
Wait,
now
you
the way the
calling
teachings
to getting pulled over? I'm confused.
Calling, pulling over is a different story.
When you call, they don't know who called who. They just know dispatcher is gonna call them. They don't know.
But when a cop come up, hey, I called you. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. But you want to go, motherfucker? I just said I called you. You telling me to wait while you go over here and talk to them. I called you.
Now the teachings are different. They don't. Now you, any situation, domestic or anything or whatever, that it should be more. It's going to be more than one officer, and it's set up to be where an officer is supposed to be interrogating each person,
so they won't be biased.
Right. So you don't go. So I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna go to her. I'm gonna talk to her, right? My partner's gonna go to him. He's gonna talk to him. We come together. We're gonna talk, and we're gonna figure out whatever happens.
Yeah, I get that.
But it's not gonna be. I'm gonna talk to her first, then I'm gonna go to him. That's not gonna be like that because I already got a story from her. I may have already decided what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Before a lot of even get to him,
right? All right, because if she say she on some bullshit and it's like, oh, he did this, that, and the third. Other than like, I would have to look at her and see like physically what happened or whatever, whatnot, and then see if anything that she's saying is true, right? And then I go talk to him, and I already got this thought process. Oh, she said he did this, that, and the third, without even hearing him out.
Right.
So now he get a story from him, I get a story from her. We come together, and then we, But like I said, first of all, a lot of people not being arrested anyway. And in a situation where it's a domestic type situation, someone has to leave, no matter what. Somebody has to leave. Like,
knock on wood, I ain't trying to deal with these motherfuckers anyway.
Yeah, right. But somebody has to leave. Like, and it's unfortunate, but 99% of the time, it's the man. But a lot of men are not going to say, "I got my ass whooped by my woman." They not
right.
Like, is not too many, and men get their ass whooped a lot by the women. But not too many men gonna be like, "Oh, she beat my ass." He's not gonna do it. It's gonna be the woman that's gonna call it. And some women are very manipulative. They can get people, they can sway shit their way if they want to or whatever. And if they don't do a thorough investigation, the man gonna get taken down all the time. I have an issue with that still to this day. Just even looking at it. Why if anybody like I said, somebody has to leave because of the it's a law or whatever. I forget the name of the law, but cops were called, this man was beating on this woman. The cops came there 3-4 times. Each time the woman like, oh nah, I don't want no, I'm not pressing charges. The 5th time they called, she was dead. So he killed her.
So it was the neighbors calling?
No. The neighbors called the last one. She called the first 4. The woman called the first 4. But when they got there, you know how it go when some women be getting beat up, they don't want to press the charges.
But normally it's a neighbor that, if you gonna call the cops, 9 times out of 10 you want this motherfucker arrested.
No, she called.
That's what I'm saying.
This woman called. But this is why the law is now someone has to leave now. This is after this case. This is why it happened. He ended up killing her. the neighbor ended up calling that time, but by then she was gone already.
Damn.
Too late.
Jackie said, "What made you want to be a cop?"
Like her son, I wanted to be a cop since I was a kid. My fire sparked even more once my cousin got killed, and I always kind of felt like that was something that I was supposed to do, and I can't explain why, but it just felt like that was
The right thing to do.
what I was supposed to be doing. Like driving was just something that I was able to do because it was right there. It was easy, and I got it quick. I was already working for the company when I was young, and the whole time I'm like, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't feel right, and I just want to do what I wanted, and this has been what has been calling to me.
Yeah, Mike, we can hear you breathing, dog.
Yeah, it sounds like you're snoring a little bit.
Me?
Yeah. You see, I put my headphones on.
I don't hear shit. Shit, that ain't
'Cause
you.
you the one breathing.
That ain't you. But shit, I got.
No, because I hold my breath. Yeah, that's that man breathing. I thought it was him back there, but he ain't
Might
sleep.
have been him. Shit.
Oh, man.
She said, "Sorry of what?"
If you already explained it.
Oh.
So
Jackie, you know you ain't sorry. Stop playing.
she wasn't sure if you had already explained why you wanted to be a
No, nobody ever asked me that.
police officer or not.
Nobody ever asked me that.
Now, do you consider yourself wanting to be one of the ones that make a change, make a difference, try
Well,
and
that I didn't.
try and change that narrative? Of
course.
how
That's my whole goal.
My question is,
and
in the situation that we are in now, how do you even start to make a change?
I can only make a change by being who I am as a police officer.
So by training others,
Education.
educating others.
Right. Education.
My man.
You gotta think about how many people don't know their rights.
Yeah.
Think about how many people don't know the rights that a police officer has on a person and what they can and what they cannot do. There's so much shit that people don't know and they just allow them to do that they probably cannot do, but they don't brush up on their rights.
okay, now what about when you know your rights, but the police officer still don't want to abide by that? Like when they pull you over, you have the right to ask them, why did you pull me over?
Mm-hmm.
Most police officers to this day won't answer that question.
I have a right to ask you a question. That don't mean you have to answer it. They don't
That's
have to
our right.
answer it.
We
but
have
you
the
got
right to ask
You
why
do,
you pulled
but
me
they
over.
have
They don't
the right
have the
not
right
to
to
answer
answer
too.
it.
So
But
why
it,
is
but
it?
it all comes full circle. It's gonna be explained to you why you were pulled over
See,
in the
so
first
then-
place. It's gonna be
no.
on the ticket.
But my thing is but that's not necessarily true, because they can make up some shit. You can be pulling me over just fucking because.
That's true, but Mike.
And now you want to give me a ticket and say this is why I
but
pulled you
what's
over.
just because?
And this is why
But
I
that
pulled
quota
you
shit ain't
over.
real.
I
Quota shit ain't real.
I give you a perfect example. I was on my way into work.
Mm-hmm.
The cop pulled me over because he was training somebody. He literally pulled me over because he was training somebody.
Did he tell you that?
So when I asked him, no, I found out after he gave me the ticket.
Okay.
What ticket?
What was the ticket?
He gave me a ticket for going around him. Basically said I was speeding. I sped around him.
Did you?
No, I wasn't speeding.
Did you go
But I
around?
did go around him because he was driving slow. Nah. Honestly, I wasn't that day. He gave me the miss out. So shit, he gave me the miss out that day. Basically, we actually was right by the fucking we was on Townsend. He doing like 15. I'm behind him like, why the fuck you going so goddamn slow? He in an unmarked car at that. Wasn't even in a regular police car. So I went around him, got in front of him.
Was the ticket passing on the
He pulled
on
it.
the
It
left?
don't matter.
It do.
It's 2 lanes. I can pass him. It's 2 lanes. Remember,
say that at
Townsend is
first.
2 lanes.
Okay, go ahead.
I went around him. He pulled me over. Asked him, why you pulled me over? License, registration. Why you pulled me over? We literally sat there for 20 minutes doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you pull me over?
See, and I think
I'm not giving you shit until you explain to me why you pulled me over.
not on Townsend. It's a two-way. It's a two-lane.
2 lanes, yes.
I mean, but you kind of answered your question. One, I'm gonna say this.
So you gonna pull me over because I went around you?
Let me say this
for
real
going
quick.
15 and a 30.
I'm not gonna be able to give you the answers 100%. The ones, especially not the ones that you want,
But
because
I already know. I'm
not every other cop. Okay?
After he gave me that ticket, he looked over on the other side, and I didn't even see his fucking trainee come up on the side of me.
Mm-hmm.
And he said something to him like where I knew he was new, like he was a trainee. I can't remember the exact word, how he worded it, but it was like, this motherfucker did this shit just showing off for the motherfucking rookie.
But that's your assumption. You got a ticket, Mike.
That's all he did.
You got a ticket, though, Mike.
For nothing.
How's it nothing? The ticket said
For going around him?
It's a ticket.
For going around him.
It's a ticket. Did you
For
pay the
going
fine on
around
it?
him.
Did you pay the fine on it?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so they dropped it.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
so
they knew it was bullshit. Like, seriously, dude, you
Is-
did that because you trying to get some brownie points with a motherfucking rookie that you showing.
I think you did. I think honestly, I think
Literally, trust me, if I wanted to go around him and haul that, I'd have hauled ass. And it wasn't
I think
that.
what people misunderstood when you ask a police officer, "Why'd you put me over?" When they come to your window, and then they ask for your license registration, then you ask again.
What is your reason? Yes, what is your reason for pulling me over?
You can ask. He don't have to say nothing.
No,
but
but I think-
whatever
I think
his
after
reasoning, they're gonna give it to you on a ticket.
I think
Bottom
once
line.
you start
See,
once
to
you
me,
start
that's
asking that question
bullshit.
multiple times,
Because
if
it's
I-
annoying.
No, but because if I ask you and you tell me one thing, and I think this is why they don't answer that fucking question, especially if they pulled you over on some bullshit, because now they're going to give you a ticket for whatever they want. So if he would have answered my question and then my ticket says something else, now I know that's not why you pulled me over. You said you pulled me over for this, but you gave me a ticket for that. That's why I don't think they answer the fucking question, especially if they have no reason for pulling you over. If I was hauling ass doing 80, he pulled me over. As soon as I said, "Hey, why you pulled me over?" You were speeding. Okay, shit. I know I was speeding.
But he said you speeded around him
After the fact.
after you asked him.
Like I said, no, not when I first
After you asked the question, right?
No, 20 minutes later, because I wasn't giving him my license. We literally had a back and forth conversation. License and registrations. Why you pulled me over? License and registration. Why you pulled me over? License and registration. Why you pulled me over? License and registration. I sat there. License and registration. Can you tell me why you pulled me over? We literally kept going back and forth because I wasn't giving him shit until he told me why he pulled me over.
And eventually his response was because you sped around me.
Yeah, which
Okay.
was bullshit.
You got a ticket for it.
Which was bullshit.
I'm just telling you the reason it happened. Now you got your assumption. I can't say because like I was saying before, I'm not every cop, bro. I'm not gonna be able to answer. I'm not gonna be able to answer some of these questions because I'm not.
But so you
I'm
think
not them.
speeding around an officer is justification for giving?
I wouldn't have pulled you for that.
Okay, so is that you think?
But
that's
what that got to do with
justification?
me? I
No,
just
I'm
said to you.
asking you as a police officer, as someone
And I just
who's
said
gonna
I
be
wouldn't
out
have
here.
pulled you for that. So
No,
I
but
can't.
I'm asking you, do you feel that's a justification, a justifiable reason?
That's
to pull
that's a
somebody
broad
over?
ass question though, Mike. I don't know what you were doing that day. I didn't see the situation. I don't know. I can't answer that. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I cannot answer that. You gotta think about it. It's 3 sides to every story: yours, his, and what really happened.
Truth. I mean, I tell people the best. I teach my daughter the same thing. We have so many rights. The only one you gotta think about when you get pulled over, I don't know.
You have the right to remain silent.
Got the right to remain silent. The freedom of speech is gonna get you in trouble.
That's the first thing, and I remember.
That shit gonna get you in hella trouble.
Yo, that's the first thing in our fucking shit. Miranda card. Our first thing on our Miranda card is you have the right to remain silent. That's the first thing we have to say.
Yeah, that's when being arrested.
Nah, that's the whole. When they
Yeah,
come to your window,
No,
They come to your window and
He's right.
say license registration. What
He's
you gonna
right.
say? I don't know.
No, listen.
No, I get
He's
right.
right. He's right.
I don't know.
But listen, that applies. Period. A cop. Matter of fact,
So
if
again,
a cop walk up to you, right? We have these things called level of the board. Maybe I should tell you all this. But we have these things.
Think about it before you go on, dog.
I'm gonna just explain this small little bit. We got these things called level of the board, and I'm not gonna get into that 100%. But if the cop has not come to you and said you're under arrest for this, that, and the third, blah blah blah, whatever, whatnot, and you don't want to talk to him, you can walk the fuck off.
Right.
If he comes to you and try to talk to you, any action, you can walk the fuck off, and nothing can happen to you. Only when he lets you know, and he has to tell you, you're being detained or you're under arrest. And even being detained, that has to go to a certain level. Certain things have to happen in order for I can start asking you questions first. Then I can detain you. You being detained, you're not under arrest. You're being detained. That's different. Then it's another level for me to be able to arrest you. And then physical force is the last one.
Say that one more time, just so I know how full of shit this is. Say that one more time.
You said full of shit.
Yes, what you just said. Go ahead. Say that one more time from the beginning.
What part do you need clarity?
From the beginning, when you just said, so if a cop come up to me, start questioning me, as long as he don't say I'm being detained or I'm under arrest.
If you're not in your vehicle.
I can walk away from him.
No. You ain't got to be in the vehicle.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to be.
Yes,
I mean, you ain't gonna drive. You're not gonna drive the fuck
up. A cop
up.
come up to me. I'm standing in front of a store. He come up to me, just start talking to me or whatever. I don't want to hear shit he got to say. I can just walk the fuck away.
Yeah.
Do you really think a motherfucking cop in this day and age just gonna let me walk the fuck away?
Yeah.
No, hell no, they not doing that.
So remember when I said tainted?
They not doing, cause they not doing it. Okay. They not doing that.
Okay.
You come up to me, I don't want to talk to you. I walk away. Now it's, hey, where the fuck you going? Now they want to rough you up.
You have that right.
But now, like I said, now they want to rough me up because I walked away from him because I ain't want to hear what he said.
My gist of this is explaining your right to you. You have the right to walk away without being
charged. I know that. Even if I know I have that right.
You have the right to walk away without being charged unless it goes to the other level.
But that's what I'm saying. We just having a conversation. He walking up to me, hey, you know what happened at blah, 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 whatever.
You ain't got to answer him.
As he's talking, no, that's what I'm saying. I walk away. You really just think he gonna let me just walk away?
Yes.
I mean, you can do that, but just
Mike,
don't
do you realize? Matter of fact, you a fucking union president, right? So you realize how lawsuits work, right? You realize how much officers have been being sued. Yes. They will let you walk the fuck away unless they feel like you are a part of the crime. Yes, because you're tainted about shit that has happened to you, and I understand that.
I've been in the streets
I understand that, but you got to realize I'm going through a new process. This new process is completely different from what happens back when you was younger. I'm telling you.
I want to see how long the training
that's happening.
Be a textbook
it happens every day. Trust me, it happens every day. When was the last time you was arrested, Mike?
Okay. I don't get in trouble no more. Okay. So it was a very long time.
So you're going off of a past thing that has happened to you before. And I'm not saying that you're wrong, but what I'm telling you is the teachings now are different.
Okay.
That's what I'm not telling that you're wrong.
Still getting shot 40 times for pulling out a wallet. Motherfuckers still getting shot in their house playing video games. Like, fuck that.
Right. But
fuck that.
On the other end, I'm not justifying being shot 40 times for having a wallet. But I will say, you as a gun owner, someone comes to your home. Just an example. Someone comes to your home, they have something in their hand, you have your gun. You don't know what something in their hand is. What do you do?
Drawing my shit.
Exactly.
It depends on who it is coming to my home.
Huh? Of course. I'm talking about a motherfucker you don't know. If it's somebody you know, you're cool.
Even if somebody I know don't know.
If somebody you don't know approaches your home with something in their hand and you can't tell what it is.
I'm not going to pull my shit out right away. Nah.
Huh?
I don't. Nah.
Mike, you're not going to protect your home?
Oh, I always protect my home, but.
You're a gun owner?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. I said that wrong. I said approaching your home. That is wrong. Somebody busting your crib.
Well, busting. That's a different story, yeah.
Okay, then. But you can't see what it is, and you find out it's a while later.
If my dog don't eat his ass first, yeah. Then,
my point is, you can't tell what some shit is from a distance.
Until it's too late.
Some of that shit happens with officers. Somebody, if you got something in your hand, they tell you to drop it. Now that's one thing they should have. If I don't know the story 100%. If they didn't tell this person to drop it, if they get out, they just start shooting. They're wrong. But if someone has something in their hand and they tell you to drop it, you do not comply. That automatically puts. First of all, you know how fast a bullet goes. You know how. Both of y'all shoot. Y'all know how fast a bullet goes.
But my question is, what happened to shooting a motherfucker to wound him? Why is it now just
That's not a thing.
automatic shoot?
That's never been a thing.
Why is it all
manslaughter.
automatically shoot to
It's
kill?
never been a thing, and I'm explaining to you. Like a lot of people always assumed.
Why is it automatically shoot to kill?
Because it's
Because if you leave someone wounded,
you shoot to eliminate the threat.
Again, you can wound a motherfucker and eliminate a threat.
Really?
Yeah.
You shoot somebody in their leg,
If
they
I
can
punch
bleed
you in
out.
your face and knock you out unconscious, I just eliminated a
Yeah,
threat.
I punch you in your face, but if I
sleep.
shoot you,
But you sleep. No,
Mike,
so I eliminated that threat.
Mike, you realize we have major arteries all over our body. There's literally
But
nowhere
that's what
you
I'm
can't
saying.
shoot somebody.
Y'all trained to know where, okay, I can
No,
I
we're
can
not.
shoot somebody.
No, we're not. That's
I
a
can
misconception.
shoot somebody
No.
to wound them, to stun
No.
them, whatever the case may be.
That is not true.
I got a
You are
question.
not trained.
I got a
You are
question
not
for you,
trained to wound. They never
Oh, of
have
course they
been.
don't. But I'm saying they
But
should
it's
be
it's
able
not
to
it's
teach
not
y'all
it's
that.
not taught. You're not. No cop has been taught.
That's my point. They should.
But where are you going to shoot somebody to
They
wound them?
should.
Mike, you have arteries here.
should.
Where can you shoot somebody? You got
They
shit in your
should.
toe where you can bleed out.
Everything shouldn't be center mass.
Can I ask you a
Mike,
question,
where
Mike?
can you shoot somebody in it?
I got a question. When you took your safety course,
Everything shouldn't
They
be
didn't-
shoot the man. Shoot,
they
shoot.
didn't tell you that
I
you
hear what you're
can't-
saying, but
can't
where can you shoot somebody at where they
to
can't
wound
die?
them? When you took your safety, your gun, your
Well,
pistol
yeah,
permit,
even-
they tell you in there, do not shoot to wound, you shoot to kill.
That's it. Yeah.
If you
but it's
that's the
entering-
thing. If you have to fire, you're not firing to be nice.
Wait, don't shoot. I'm gonna shoot you
have to,
first.
that should be your last resort. But if you have to, who the fuck is firing?
Exactly. If I'm going to, if it's a life or death situation, of course I'm shooting the motherfucking kill.
Right, but what you fail to realize is for cops, almost every day is life or death situations. But you explain to me where on the body you can shoot somebody and you not first of all, you got to understand. I only knowing this because we're literally going through firearms right now. So to realize the placement of the bullet, well, number one, you got to be a fucking marksman to actually hit somebody in a
Not
spot
kill 'em.
where you're not going to almost risk a person bleeding out to death. That's number one. You really got to be a sharpshooter with all type of weapons, a handgun and shotgun pistols, in order to hit somebody where you're not gonna bleed. But I would like for you to explain to
I'm
me
just
where
saying,
can you shoot somebody where they can't
center
bleed out.
mass should not automatically be.
If you're trying to eliminate a
be-
threat, yes,
It should not
is.
automatically, yes, to eliminate a threat.
But Mike,
yes,
that's what I'm telling you.
But that should not
The
automatically
only time
be a
you're supposed to
go-to.
shoot is when there is a
threat.
threat.
But
Nothing,
that's
no other
not
reason.
only time they shoot. That's the point.
I'm not saying it is, but I'm telling you what's taught.
That's the point.
I'm telling you what's taught. But every question, everything that you say, you're coming from a jaded point.
So even again, like I said, a motherfucker pulling out his wallet, you ain't have to shoot him 40 times. I think he got the message after the first 2, maybe 3. Shit.
Well,
he
listen.
got the motherfucking message.
I mean, he already did after
Those
the
extra
second one.
36 wasn't necessary.
So that can be explained in a way too. It's
Them
not.
extra
It's not
30
right.
wasn't necessary.
But that just means more than one cop into the clip. It's 17. A cop carry around with 17 rounds in it.
But that's what I'm saying. That
So
wasn't
each
necessary.
more. What is that? 2 cops shooting 17.
No, they show.
They shot him 40 times, right?
Y'all need to
There's
watch
17
the
bullets in the
Netflix
clip.
movie.
So that's
30.
3 cops.
Y'all need to watch that Netflix documentary. I think it's 137 shots.
Mm-hmm.
Watch that documentary.
How many cops was it?
It was
And what
3 or 4.
Well,
but-
first of all, hold on.
but
What
one.
year was this?
I don't know exactly when it happened, but it was some crackheads.
Is it 00?
That was a
1944?
mistaken identity.
1944?
No, hell no,
No,
it wasn't
I
that
would-
old. It wasn't
Oh,
that,
I say, goddamn, they
it
was
wasn't
using.
that, nah, it wasn't that old.
They was putting powder in their guns.
But
still,
it
bro.
was no, it was a mistaken identity with some fucking crackheads. They mistaked a fucking can. It was either a soda can or a crack something. They mistaked for a gun. Now this fucking cop jumped on top of the car, emptied his clip into the car, discharged it, put another one in, and emptied that one into the motherfucking car.
Okay, that's wrong.
It's called 137 shots or something. Watch that documentary. That shit is real.
I understand that. That's wrong. But
That shit is crazy.
I mean, like I said, what you're not gonna get out of me is an explanation for a lot of shit that some other people have done. I can't explain that.
And I don't expect it. That's not
100 and what?
what it's about. 137 shots. It's on Netflix. Very good documentary.
Like I said, I can't explain it, but I understand where you're coming from.
In Cleveland.
2012.
There you go. So
they were working with
So 10 years ago.
Because the one until recently where most cops are issued, because they went from a revolver to Glocks.
Yep.
And now they all clear Glock 17. And Glock 17s, you got one in the clip, 17 in the chamber, so it's 18 bullets.
18 bullets.
Total.
That's my baby.
Yeah, so like I was saying once, you can get off 40 rounds easy, especially if it's more than one cop shooting. The thing is the reasoning behind them shooting, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're right for that. I'm just explaining how some of that shit happens.
And I mean, don't get me wrong. I do my best to try not look at every officer as past experiences. Trust me, I do my best. Again, I do my best not to do that. No, I do. I'm just let me reiterate that. I do my best to not, but going through it as much as I have, it always stays in the back of my mind.
And that's understandable. I get that. And I'm not saying, I'm not telling you, all I can ask you is, it's a hard thing to ask anyone, is to try to not view every cop the same way.
And I do my best.
I say it's a hard thing to ask because, like I said, the negative ones are going to speak way louder.
Can I ask you a question, Mike?
The positive ones, for whatever reason.
Would you be on the same edge if there's a black cop coming to your window?
Yep. Because I've had it on both. I've experienced it from both, white and black. So it ain't got nothing to do with race. It's just cops, period.
But at the same time, with that being said, you realize that just coming from the company that we come from, some people get power and they do not handle it the way they should have.
Exactly.
Yes.
You understand?
And I think
and then you get the power to have a sidearm and the rest of them motherfuckers.
That's why I'm on the edge. 'Cause like I said, you got some who feel like, hey, I'm wearing this badge. I got a whole different type of authority now.
Yo, you know the thing I'm kind of realizing also, it ain't me because I've never been through that, but I am realizing I have an assumption that a lot of officers have been bullied.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Bro,
that's just an assumption of mine.
I agree.
I don't know how accurate it is.
I agree with that. I agree with that like a motherfucker.
But I just feel like, just because you can tell a person that was like a softie back then, and then now they getting a little bit of
power.
You can see that in the person. And it's like, yo, somebody used to whoop your ass back in the day, and now all of a sudden, no, for real, you can see that, and it's like, oh nah, you the wrong person to have a badge, bro. You the wrong person to have a badge.
Yeah,
those are the ones that fuck it up for the good ones.
I laugh.
They'll be the ones who speak the loudest for whatever reason.
Yeah,
the negative ones.
I laugh because I got pulled over. It's me and my boys. We just left downtown. He get pulled over for loud music. He has music loud as shit, and then when he turned his car on, he forgot to turn that shit down, so I just started blasting. So we are at the corner bar where that parking lot where Black Olive used to be at. We pull out. The cop is right in the parking lot. He right behind us. So we pull over. We pull out the driveway. He comes. When we hit the street, he flashes on. So I'm just sitting there. I'm like, they all looked at me like, don't say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. Continue on. Here come 4 more officers. It had to be a rookie. He comes to the window. He goes, license. I'm like, bro, don't play with me. He goes, I need your license. But you don't need my license. You need his license. Right. I ain't do shit. And then he started going. So I started making fun of his ass. I'm like, you a real, you used to get bullied. He goes, I'll put you in handcuffs. I'm like, before you die, I'll beat the shit out you before you do that shit. He goes, no, you won't. I'm like, you might want to add. I'll beat the shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm going downtown anyways. I'm going to make this whole fucking trip be worth it. I'm going to beat your ass before somebody come help you. And then another lady come up. She goes, just step back. You don't need his license. I'm like, I told you. Now I'm going to sit here and bully you. And the whole time was sitting there cracking jokes. Officers was laughing at his ass because I'm making jokes. He was getting mad, but I'm like, bro, what you doing?
Yeah, he sound new.
He was scrawny as shit, but he.
But it sounded new that he came in, unless it's a felony stop. That's the only time where you ask everybody for their license. If a driver, never mind.
I finish it. If the driver had a felony, they're required for everybody.
But that not only that, they gonna pull out on your asses too, and it's gonna look like what the fuck did I do? But
you already knew that wasn't the case because he asked you for your license first.
Nah, he asked the driver. The police officer stopped. They came to his window, pulled him over, asked for his license. The rookie came like 3 minutes after to ask for mine.
Okay.
Nah, dog. This ain't about to happen. Not today.
Well, I know you ain't on the road yet or doing none of that road shit, but so obviously we're gonna come back to this at another time.
We're already here.
Huh?
We're already here.
No, I mean once he get more into
Experience?
Yeah, being on the road, riding with somebody. The traffic stop bullshit. You can explain, later on why that shit takes so motherfucking long. Cause you running my plates while you already behind me. Why is it taking you another motherfucking 20 minutes to get the fuck out your car?
You want to know the answer? You ain't gonna like it.
It do all that shit. You already done ran. I know you done already. You got all my shit.
I'm gonna explain the answer to you, and it's gonna be like some bullshit. But
I know it's bullshit.
But 99% of the time, they're writing a report in the car. I'm dead serious. You got everything that we need is in the car. So if they're taking that long, they're writing a report, which takes dumb long because you got to explain.
I don't want to motherfucking sit here and wait for you to do that.
That's
bullshit.
Understandable. One, because like more than likely, depending on the kind of car that the cop has. If you go buy a car, I ran your plates already anyway.
Exactly.
I know exactly
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like you already got my shit, so why am I sitting here all motherfucking day?
And more than likely, it's another system that they run you through to make sure you ain't got no hits on you anywhere else. They'd be checking that, and then after that, they write them reports.
It's like you already know what the fuck going on,
and they can only hold you for so long.
Then you want to come up to my motherfucking car.
I can hold you for as long as I want.
Oh,
ain't no time limit.
Asking me
if I want to sit on that one call until time me get off, I can fucking do that.
Asking me dumbass questions. You got any firearms in the car? Like,
well, if it's showing your license that you
exactly,
carry
that's what I'm saying.
But that's not a dumbass question.
But it is. That's what I'm like, bitch. No, not today, man. Like,
but it's not dumb. I should know. That's something I need to know. What the fuck? If it say it's gonna tell me, but it's gonna pop up and say this person. Say something like
So if it pops up, all right, you already know. Okay, this person is a license. Has a license.
But I need to know if you have that on the car.
Carry a firearm.
Right. I need to know that. Okay, do you have this shit on you so I can know what to do? What my next step is? I need to know that.
So
wouldn't you want to know that?
Said, why your next? What's your next step got to be? If I'm licensed,
it depends on you.
If
Are we about to be shooting at each other or what?
If I'm like, no, see now that would depend on you.
That would depend on you.
No, that would depend on
me.
The
That would depend on you. You fucking shoot at me, we're gonna be shooting.
That would depend on for me. That would depend on the officer. Or not.
So and that's the thing. It depends on like, okay, I know he's legal. Do you have the firearm on you? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, I know he has it on him. Mm-hmm. All right, cool. I know it's there. So now.
But if I say no, do you mind if I search your car? Bitch, yeah, I mind. Why you want to search my car? I just answered your question.
There's no reason for him to ask you that.
But I just answered your question.
But after that, there's no reason for him to ask you if I search your car. For what?
It's happened.
I ain't saying it did, but it wasn't no reason for him to do it.
So now
if he's pulling you over for a fucking. Like, if he pulling you over for a tail light.
You hear what he said, right?
Now I'm pissed off. I fucking told you.
So now the whole situation is escalated.
Because now I told you no. Now you want to search my car. But why?
All of this is contingent. This is why, like I said.
Why you want to search my car?
My goal is to educate as well as be an officer. That's my goal. But at the same time, it all depends on the officer that you encounter.
I answer your question.
And then with people not knowing what to do and what to allow them to do, that's how you run into shit like this.
I do not consent to no search. Mm-hmm. Simple as that.
Some people would though.
Not me.
I just flat out. No, you cannot search my car.
Some people would. Some people, yeah, you can. Yeah.
No, you cannot search my car. I sit here and wait for you to get a warrant. We'll sit here all day for that. No,
that's why I suggest people like really read. Like, really read.
That's why I love my car.
You can pull up the penal law on your fucking phone.
But that's what you don't understand, especially in, I hate to say it like that, but especially in the black neighborhoods. If you know the law, you know what a police officer can and cannot do, that almost pisses them off more. Because now it's like, this motherfucker know what I can and can't do. He know the fucking law. Now they upset at you more because it's like, nigga, I know what you can and can't do to me.
Let them be mad.
But that's what escalates shit more.
Cause they mad.
Yes,
they gotta find something
that
on you.
Nitpicks,
they still gotta find something on you.
Nitpicks more, and like I said, you ain't been through it enough to.
It's not that I ain't been through it. I understand what you're saying, but you gotta. He gotta.
It goes.
I gotta watch what I say. So
yeah, but I mean, for me,
you see, I'm letting you.
Nah, like I said, I don't. It don't happen to me no more. Thank God. I don't. You know what I mean? I done calm down.
I get what you. I got pulled over enough to know.
But yeah.
To know not to try to one up a cop.
But and I know it's not even one up in them. It's like I know the law. I know what you can and can't do. Being that I know that, why can't we have a civil conversation? Now, why you got to be an asshole to me?
But that's the thing, man. It depends on the officer.
And not you. And that is true.
I mean,
that's
not
what I
only
said.
the officer. It depends on both parties.
Nah, but it really is the officer.
Yeah, but even okay. So for the training, I won't even say it depends on both parties because honestly. To keep it a whole 100, the officer is supposed to be more contained than the civilian because you already come in this aware that, like I said, what cop is when a cop's present unless you doing some school shit for a kid and you showing up as a fucking school officer or whatever. What are you doing towards a person that's not giving them a ticket or arresting them or citation or violation papers, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's nothing positive unless you're just having a cool conversation with them or whatever. Other than that, the police officer is to put something back in order, right? So it's already a negative viewer perception because I'm coming into you. There's nothing like if I pulled you over, more than likely I pulled you over because you did something wrong. Or I assume review that you did something wrong. You ran a stop sign, light, or whatever it may be. Like I said, that quota shit ain't real. That's one of the fault. That's not real. It's just.
So they don't have quotas that they got to fill. They ain't got.
No, that quota
they ain't
shit
got
ain't real.
tickets. Man. X amount of tickets they got to write in a day.
No. You know how our computers look on the Centro? Right? You know how the computers look? Now imagine that, like, top to bottom, 6-7 pages of calls that you got to answer before your shift is over. That's how a police officer days look. Like,
okay, so y'all.
So like, what quota? What fucking quota? I don't need to make a quota if I got all this shit on. I got 5 pages before I get off work.
Okay, well y'all gotta check all that shit out.
You have to get. So this is why. So right now, what's happening right now? That like all the police departments are short staffed. Anywhere you go, sheriffs, SU, Camillus, everybody's short staffed, right? So they don't have enough people to answer the calls. So calls are just sitting there. I'm talking about calls sitting there for 3-4 hours before they can even come approach. And obviously, the more serious ones you go to first. So the shooting, stabbings, whatever, you go to them first. Then the other ones, it's times where you can't even get to a call. Like, it's times where people don't get answered until the next day or 2 days later. Like, that's how backed up they are. So where's their time for me to, where's their quota? Like, how can you do a quota if you so backed up? Like, how is that even possible?
So on a normal day, fully staffed, normal shit. So you saying there's like 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever pages of shit.
Of calls that go out.
Of calls. Mm-hmm. So you sitting there, okay, traffic.
And don't forget you got your detail. So every cop is assigned to an area. You have to patrol this area. There has not been foot patrols.
So for majority of those calls got to be handled in that area, unless it's.
So once a call come out, depending on what area you in, that call gets shipped to who's in that area, and it's usually more than one cop in the area. But if every cop got a certain amount of calls and they have not answered or whatever, you know what I mean. And then you got the north side is kind of small, but it's big when it comes to patrolling. So it'd be like 2 cops over there that got like from the bridge right here to probably like let's say Butternut. Then the other cop got from Butternut all the way until you get to fucking the mall. All that, those 2 cops just got that area. And it's calls coming in on the hour, right? And only those 2 cops got to answer it unless some big shit happened, and then every cop from every side coming over there to back you up.
Wow.
And it's like that on because you got to think about it. Everybody got shifts. It's 3 shifts.
Okay.
It's 3 shifts to for the police department. So you got your
I said, what y'all got? Like y'all 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 7 type shit.
Exactly.
Something like that.
Exactly. We on 10 hours. The regular police officers, no, not the regular police officers. The other departments are on. I forget what shifts they on, but we are on 10 hour. We on 10-hour shifts. So we go from 12 until one of our shifts is 12 to 10, and then the other one is I forget the other two because I'm gonna have to do the 12 to 10. So I don't know what the other two are. I ain't gonna worry about it because I can't get them because I ain't getting the seniority. But the other ones are obviously earlier. But I would hate the middle one anyway because the middle one is all midday shit, and that's when most of this shit happens. That's like a lot of bullshit.
I think it'll be that midday to the night.
Hell nah. Surprisingly, a lot of shit.
After a certain time at night, I'm quite sure it get quiet.
Hell yeah.
And,
But
know,
when I would have to go in, I would have to go in at noon, at 12 o'clock. So from 12 o'clock, it get hot between 12 to about 3 o'clock in the morning. After that, everybody sleep. Unless it's a Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, and it's still mainly after 3, maybe 4, because you still got.
Well, you got clubs and shit.
After the bars close, man, they close at 2. So you got these little scragglers that hang around.
But it didn't depend on your area, too. You ain't going to have to answer it unless it's like the last one was a shooting that happened downtown on Clinton Street. Every fucking cop from everywhere went down on that motherfucker. And it's like, what it is an all call that go out. It'll tell us a cop is in trouble, basically. Yeah. And you going to hear that at every precinct here. And if you next to it, you go.
Now, is it true that if it's a cop-involved shooting, when they're going to those calls, that's why half the time when they speeding down the streets, they just have their lights but no sirens going? I heard it was like whenever like it was a cop-involved shooting, like most of the time when they speeding down the street, it's woo, 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 you hear all that shit. But they said like if it's
that's the opposite. If it's a cop involved, do you mean a cop shot somebody or somebody shooting at a cop?
Somebody shoot at a cop.
Oh hell no, they come in blazing. They come, you gonna hear everything.
See, I thought you wouldn't hear the sirens because they wanted it was they want to creep up.
I'll explain that to you once we get off this. But
they wanted that sneak attack.
That's not that
stack shit.
That's only when they want to eat red lights.
No, so I'll explain that to you. But
because there be some I know they be going to emergency calls and they don't have their lights or they don't have their sirens going, but the lights will be flashing.
Fuck that. If a cop
and they zooming down the street,
if a cop got shot at, you gonna hear everything. Fire alarm, you gonna hear ambulance, everything. They calling for everybody. Everybody and their mama. That whole
what did the ambulance gonna do?
He said cop got shot, right? Yeah.
I don't know what he's calling anybody.
You gotta call the ambulance.
They call the chief, bro. Chief be in the best sleep.
If the cop got shot, he needs some assistance, right?
They call everybody, bro.
Wow.
And then most firefighters are EMTs, so they'll call the firefighters and they'll call EMTs because believe it or not, the EMTs are short. They don't got a lot of staff.
Yeah, everybody's short. Yeah, everybody's short staff,
except for the fire department. They're the only ones that's actually stacked. But the EMTs, police officers, nobody want to do that shit.
Hey, fire department, police officers, I ain't gonna fry. I take my hat off to y'all because one, I ain't going in no burning ass building, and I'm sorry unless it's my family, I ain't getting shot for nobody.
He was like, I gotta go into a building like, nigga, you're a firefighter. I thought it was gonna happen.
I ain't going into no blazing ass building, nigga. Fuck that. Got all
that shit on fire. FMLA.
Got all this heavy ass equipment on and fuck hell no. I ain't going.
Y'all should do something kind of fun.
I ain't going to no blaze. That shit sound fun. You walk in a burning building, that motherfucking floor collapse on your ass, and now you went from being on the second floor into the basement. Shit, fuck that.
Fuck around and inhale
that. You know what I mean?
That
shit ain't fun. That shit ain't fun. Hell nah. I take my hat off to y'all, motherfucker.
See, I can't be a cop. I can't be in a job that I have to be serious.
And it's fucked up because I'm not afraid of heights, but
yo, I ain't gonna hold you.
I can't
do
that.
That has been my challenge.
Yeah.
To not laugh at some of the shit that happens.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm talking about people be tripping, and you'll be sitting here. You gotta have a straight ass face and laugh internally because
I can imagine.
That's why I can't do it.
Like you can't, you can't just. Some people be doing some fucked up shit, bro, and it's like, you know me, like I got a sense of humor, so like this stupid motherfucker, and you can't do that. You gotta literally with a straight face.
I can't do it.
This shit mad hard.
Yelling in my face, I'm gonna look at you and laugh. Fuck you yelling
mad
for
hard, bro.
I be downtown, them zombie motherfuckers doing dumb shit.
I won't be on my own fully until December. I graduate in October and won't be on my own fully until October.
I'm gonna come to your graduation, dog. Just let me know what it is.
I'll let you know. It's gonna
Only because I want other cops to see my face. I'm gonna be mad
Okay,
extra
go,
too.
remember you?
Daquan, what up, dog? We made it, nigga. That's my dog. I'm gonna have a whole flag just for you.
They gotta remember anything about who this Puerto Rican Arab is.
That's it.
Yeah, man. But it's good dialogue, and I think like more of this should happen, and I think it should happen because I'm just getting into it. I feel like these conversations need to happen with like seasoned officers, so seasoned officers can understand what the public feel, and the public can understand what the officers do, and so that conversations can be had about why certain things are viewed a certain way. If those conversations can happen and then happen more often, I believe the community can start to come.
But I mean, a lot of it though goes. I see it from both perspectives. I see it from both views, because you get people in like on the south side, in the more hood areas. Like, hey, you got all these white, even black officers, not from my neighborhood, trying to come down here and patrol this neighborhood and don't know shit about us. So their views and how they look at us is going to be different. But at the same time, the officers that are from your neighborhood, you can't have them down there. I mean, let's be real. You can't have them down there patrolling they own neighborhoods.
Why not?
Because to a certain extent, it's going to be like, come on, you see it on the bus. Come on, man. I can't get by with $1. Like, you know what I mean? You already know everybody going to want the hookup. Everybody going to want something. So, you know what I mean? You can't, I see it from both ways.
I mean, but it can happen with an officer that patrols that area every day too. You get to know the people. And
that's
like,
different.
On,
you
can
get
happen either way.
that's different. You get to know him. You know that nigga ain't from your neighborhood though. That's just an officer you got to know. You got cool with. That's just like a motherfucking officer from the hood trying to go up undercover and get some drugs from the hood. Nigga, I know you. Fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like that shit ain't happening.
That's stupid.
You know what I mean? Like that shit ain't happening. That's how Wiley Howard got killed all them years ago. You put this nigga in the hood that he was from.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Like. They know who the fuck he is.
Well, the why a lot of officers have quit the force and changed to different spots.
But we can't hear you.
Oh, my bad. I said why a lot of officers have quit the force and changed to like different spots has been because one, now it's mandatory that if you are an officer and if you're new, if you got less than 5 years, you have to live in the city for 5 years. No choice. You have no choice. You have to live somewhere inside the city. You can't go out to Liverpool. You can't be from Phoenix and all that shit. You have to move your ass in here and stay here for 5 years. Then you can move out.
Why did you do that?
Community. Well, he was just saying, how can you can't even relate to somebody if you don't, you know what I mean? I don't live and I don't understand this area at all. How can I relate to?
See, and again, I could say I see it both ways because even you got most of them that live on the outskirts that come in that don't even try to relate or try to see why shit is the way it is. They just like, hey, I'm here for a fucking job. I'm waiting for this time to be over so I can go the fuck back home.
And that's what they're trying to eliminate. That's the shit they're trying to eliminate.
You do got some from the outskirts that look and actually be like, damn, I feel sorry for these motherfuckers. Like, let me try and tap into some of these young kids and see what the fuck is going on. What's on their mind?
Their music.
So you do have some that do actually see it and be like, hey, this shit ain't right. What can we do? And you got other ones that just look like, hey, motherfucker, I'm just waiting for this shift to be over.
They just want the money.
And I'm gone. So I said, I do see it, from both aspects and from both ways. But I mean, it's
what am I carrying Bucks Fair for?
Long way. They got a long way for some change. For this, it's really a long.
But it's gonna take both sides, man. And with so much shit that the cops have had to change up, and the way the laws are going now is geared a lot more towards the benefit of the people, which is good. Because that's what the police force should be for, just protection of the people. But like I said, these kind of talks and dialogues need to happen a lot more, for sure.
I agree, my friend. I ain't never gonna be a police officer.
It's not for everybody.
I'm sorry. I'm a kid. That wasn't my dream. Firefighter, police officer.
No, that was my dream, but the problem was
my
that
dream.
I can't take certain shit serious.
That was not.
I mean, I can't take a lot of shit serious.
You have. I mean,
certain.
I don't really
things-
think about it that way.
No, I don't mean serious. I laugh too much. I get pissed off. I laugh.
I mean, don't get me
nervous,
wrong.
I
I
laugh.
find stuff humorous too, but it's just a time and a place to be. Like, think
Well, that's
about
the problem.
it.
I don't know the time.
Say you call me,
know the place.
Well, okay. Say you call me for a call. I approach, and you tell me something, and I laugh at you.
That's my problem.
Nah, but I'm saying like that'd be. Wouldn't you take
you
that as what
can't
the fuck
do
is he
that.
laughing at?
Yeah.
exactly. Like, you
Well,
can't-
that's
the
why
fuck is
I
he
can't
laughing
be
at?
that guy. Because I go to
Like, even if
yo,
he says the dumbest shit in the world, and I fuck around and start laughing, you be like, "Oh, this
Yeah,
cop was
like-
an asshole." Like,
exactly. Like you can't do that. I mean, damn.
Well, that's my problem. I don't know how to hide my face expressions. I don't know how.
Firefighter.
You tell me that, she hit me first. Nigga, what'd you do?
Yeah, you can't do that.
You see them?
You can't do that, bro. Because not only do it sound like you on her side, it sound like you don't give a fuck. Like, nigga, what you did? You did something stupid, didn't you? Like, nah, you can't do that, bro.
Come on to the side.
They gonna sue the fuck out you.
Cheated on her? Nigga.
And then you can't. And then the other thing you can't do, you cannot tell the person, the victim or whatever. You can't tell them your thought process on it.
Yeah.
So like, so say for instance, you come to the
Can't
scene
give an opinion.
and then
Yeah.
she tell you the story. Oh, this bitch lying. You can't. You can't do
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, you can't. You got to be biased like a motherfucker.
Yeah, you can't. Whatever
Why
your
you lying?
whatever your thoughts is, you kind of gotta just let that shit just sit there.
that's why I give it to y'all.
See, and I get you with that because I would be good at not saying it, but my face would say it. I may not come out and be like you said, this bitch lying. My face would be like, this bitch lying. Like,
Bro, do you know my mouth? You know how much shit I've been having to control? Like chill, Quan. Don't say nothing. Shut up.
I think out loud.
like
Bitch, stop lying.
I would have
I'm
to-
sorry. I'm sorry. I said that.
I would have to try and be stone faced like a motherfucker. Like,
Yeah, that's the goal. Or just try, because most of the time we gotta listen and write at the same time. Like, I gotta write from the time I get there, get to the call. I'm asking you these questions. I gotta document everything you say because all that gotta go on my report.
but then I get fucked because I wouldn't be looking up. I'd be right like a motherfucker. I'd just be like, keep talking.
Because it ain't one of those things where it's like, all right, she said this, that, and the third, and I remember go back later. Nah, I gotta write all that shit
And
down.
then I'm stupid. Wait, say it one more time. Is
Hey, spell that.
that with an A or a B? I said,
Yo, you know what? It challenges me a lot. I ain't gonna hold you like this shit. This shit is I like the fact that I gotta think so fast. I like that. I don't know why,
Nah,
but I do.
think
I like
fast.
that.
My mom.
Think on the draw type shit. I don't know why, but I do. It's scary and fun at the same time
Yeah.
in a very weird way.
So again, like I said, we're gonna have to come back to this, later on once you out there, because I just
As if this fucking podcast don't get me fired.
I'm gonna. Hey, that shit on you.
Telling all the secrets. I ain't telling you motherfuckers.
we did
nothing
tell
else.
not to suck.
Exactly. We told you.
I ain't telling you motherfucking shit else.
So I mean, 'cause I just want to know, if you see some shit that will, like, on the bus, how we see some crazy shit. Just when we think we seen it all, we see some more crazy shit. So it's just one of them moments. I just want, when you have that moment of some shit you seen, like walked in on a motherfucker with
So,
like a
I'm gonna-
broomstick in his ass or some shit, like
I'ma
some
be- I'ma
fucked
be
up
as-
shit.
I'ma
Some
be
fucked
as-
up shit where you just
Wow.
like,
I'm gonna be as honest as I can be,
You
but
like, whoa.
a lot of this shit I'm probably ain't gonna be able to tell you. To tell you that straight up because
He went
lawsuits.
straight
and
to
shit.
that.
I'm gonna be as honest as I
Where-
can.
I'm just saying some shit where it's like, whoa. Because I mean, you ain't hear about that shit. Like, it probably was about 10 years ago. A dude did that. It was a gay dude. He was having sex with a mop. It was a plunger. He had it on the ground. He was on it, and the shit slipped and
Got stuck.
went up there.
How far up?
I don't know, nigga. I wasn't there, but I mean, shit.
Why do you want to know that?
I'm just saying he went in detail.
It was stuck far enough for that shit to get stuck.
Did it break?
So I don't know.
Yo, you asking some wild ass questions, bro.
I'm really just wondering.
I don't. You got to look. You got to look it up.
Let's
I
close
don't
this shit out,
remember
bro.
the whole story.
That was 10 years ago. We're gonna leave it back there.
I don't remember the whole story.
If I would have went to that call, that should have been.
But
real
that's what I'm
fucked
just
up.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Like when you walk into something, to be like in your mind, your first expression want to be, "Oh shit!" Like what the fuck? Like you know what I mean? When you know you gotta keep that shit in and just sit there like.
Yeah, funny as shit.
Like,
So was you standing or sitting? What just happened? I just got attacked on the chair.
You did that to yourself? You did it yourself?
Was there anyone else in the room with you?
You purposely did that?
like was it KY or just some regular Vaseline?
So you just decided today was a day that you was gonna put a broom in your ass. Out of all days, the day I gotta work.
you couldn't wait for the other shift to come on.
Couple more hours to knock it out of this bitch. You decided to give me this shit.
And who called us?
You couldn't wait. So I just gotta write this shit up. I gotta do this report. Like, yeah. I mean, shit, we done it on the bus.
I gotta spell.
Well, we did it.
How many times a motherfucker? No, I'm saying how many times a motherfucker fall on your bus? You be like, damn, you couldn't wait till I fucking got relieved. Like, hey, I'm about to get relieved. You fucking couldn't wait.
Man, I will never forget.
Now I got this damn
paperwork. Jump over that fucking snowbank and bust her fucking face on my bro. I was so pissed off. I was about to be on vacation and all that.
Exactly. Now you
Man,
gotta
she
go
came
fill
out. I'm
paperwork.
already, but Mike, I seen her. I'm standing I'm right here on fucking I'm doing the 5:30 inbound. So I'm at.
That's the SU Westcott.
Yeah, that's you Westcott.
Oh, okay.
I'm at
We all start like, what is that?
Westcott.
I'm at fucking right. I can see Kraus. So what's that? Waverly and whatever. You know when you headed back
Irvin.
downtown.
Oh, Waverly and Irvin. Yeah, Waverly
So I'm
and
right
Irvin.
there. You know the bus stop that's right there.
Yeah.
I'm stopped. My kneeler is down. I let the needle down because I seen her coming. She like D's waving at me, right? So she coming.
D's.
Now all she had to do, the snowbank is right here. She coming. All she had to do was go around the fucking snowbank and get on my bus. This motherfucker come from here, jumps over the snowbank and missed the ground completely. Bro, her whole chin fell in my bus. I'm like, yo, if she would have fell on the ground, I wouldn't have had to write shit. She ain't touched the bus, nothing. Her whole face fell into the bus. I was mad as fuck. I'm like, man.
I would have looked away mad quick.
Bro.
It don't
what?
matter.
I'm stopped.
It don't matter.
I was stopped. I wasn't moving. The door was wide the fuck
I
open.
ain't see her.
She fell directly into the bus. I'm like, this is some bullshit.
Did you laugh?
I ain't hit shit over there. That wasn't me.
He's I ain't shit over there.
I ain't hit a lot.
Did you laugh?
Bro. I looked away.
I would have laughed. I would have
I
laughed.
looked away first, and I'm like, "You all right? You okay?"
I would have flipped my whole mirror.
I was like, bro, funny part was she went back into the hospital. That was the funniest shit. Cause she had just came out that bitch. She turned around, went right back into that motherfucker. I'm like, yo, I need your name. I need your name. I gotta write your name down. She just took the fuck off.
She went right back.
She went right back in that motherfucker.
Should have asked
Her
her. So
whole
you don't
shit-
need me no
Her
more?
whole shit was leaking. I called. I think Nestor came up and shit like that. That shit was. I was so mad though because I had to write all that fucking paperwork. You know, these 4 or 5 fucking papers you gotta write.
All the same shit.
Then you gotta explain. So how you write that down? You know you gotta explain what happened, give some details.
Told
Draw,
him, like, listen.
yeah, you gotta draw pictures and shit.
Draw a line over.
Yeah,
This is the snowbank. My bus was stopped. Like, she jumped over that man. I'm like, man, that was stupid. That was mad dumb.
You know how many people fell and I ain't writing shit up?
It's about one or two. I just didn't. And you know, the only reason why I was writing shit because they was on my head for that dude falling out the wheelchair on my bus.
off the wheelchair.
Yo, so I had this wheelchair strapped down. This motherfucker didn't have his lap belt on, and I did not ask him if he wanted the bus seat belt.
Did he slid?
Huh?
Did he slid off the seat?
This is what happened. Bro. Like, so I'm driving, right? This is the dumb shit Kevin says. I'm driving. I'm in the fast lane. Remember, we say in the fear, drive in the fast lane. So I'm in the fast lane, and I didn't have time. I wasn't time for me to cut over yet. This car comes, like, you know how the cars be stopped. This car just dart in front of me. Slams on the brake. Slam on the brake. I see this motherfucker come mad slow. And then, boom. I'm like, fuck.
No, that's not why he fell. The lady that was standing up,
She pushed him back in the seat.
Yeah, she pushed him in.
I would have laughed.
I was still driving.
But
I did see him fall though.
I would have flipped off.
Yeah, he fell.
Like he fell slow as shit. He fell fast.
Catch him!
He fell slow as fuck. And then he was in between his seat and then the tire thing. He was just stuck right there. He had to stay right there until I got to the fair.
so no one's gonna help him up.
Couldn't nobody pick him up. And I couldn't stop on the highway. So he had to stay right there until I got off and pulled into the fucking thing. And then they was on my head ever since then. They're like, oh, this is your fault. This motherfucker Kevin gonna tell me you should have slowed down. I'm in the fucking fast lane. I'm gonna slow down. In the fast lane. It wasn't my fault he cut me off.
Oh shit.
They was on my head for that though. They wanted to fire me and everything. But then they was like, we gonna suspend you, and I think she ended up getting me.
Oh, this was recently.
This was before.
I was on the first board.
Yeah, this not this one.
That was nigga. How it's gonna be recently? Nigga ain't been here in about 3 years. How was recently?
Yeah, I ain't been there for a full time.
Neither one of y'all ain't been here forever.
For a whole
Nigga,
year.
fucking that shit recently.
Yeah, no. Well, I left not even a month after you.
Really?
You want to close it out?
Yeah. All right, y'all, we done.
Wow. No warm up, no nothing.
We ain't had music when we started.
Yeah, because
Okay, y'all still gonna be on that? God damn.
listen, guys.
We ain't gonna let that rest this week.
Nah, we're gonna see y'all in 2 weeks. We appreciate Jackie for listening.
You got more than she's the only one that responded.
Nah, we
You
had
got-
17.
You got more than her.
Now we appreciate everybody for listening. Tune in 2 weeks. Bub will be rehired by then.
He was fired.
Oh no, not Bub. My fault. We'll have little Chris back.
Oh yeah.
Mike will be fired.
Listen.
Yeah.
all but here. You're gonna get your outro. All right,
go ahead.
All right.
We out, bitches.
They can't hear you. No, you're not. They can't hear y'all. Shit, I forgot. I don't know.
Oh, about the